Welcome, world, to Life, Love, and Wellness Global, a worldwide wellness movement. I am Reverend Sandy Rogers, and as the creator of this historic event, it is my pleasure to welcome you. We come together to bring you this historic event. We have practitioners, holistic practitioners, we have medical doctors, we have spiritual individuals. This event is so lovingly dedicated to my mother, Mrs. Barbara Dean Brown. And my mother taught me like 40 plus years ago about the importance and the meaning behind herbs. And she would always say, we don't know what they putting in those pills, so you better not, get hooked on prescription drugs. And so we listened to Mom, but not all of us paid attention. My sister, bless her heart, was diagnosed recently thereafter with asthma, and she was prescribed prednisone, which is a very powerful steroid. And my sister actually got hooked on steroids, like someone out on the street kind of hooked, like on heroin or crack or something like that. And so my mom and my sister are both on the other side, living in the other dimension, but they're upholding me, and this is dedicated to their memory. So we don't want to come and make you change your mind about what you're doing. We just want to provide information to you, something different, so that you have options to choose from, so that you're not stuck. Because the environment that we now live in, the fast foods, the toxins in the air that we breathe and in the water that we drink, and the processed foods, and all of that is causing havoc on this precious body temple. So God created our bodies to heal themselves, but they can only heal themselves when they're fed and they're nourished and they're stress-free. And so the 60 or so or more experts that we have are bringing you this worldwide wellness movement in an attempt to share their testimonies and their information with you. So we have from age 14 on up. I don't even know what the oldest age is. I think 88 or something. So you see, that's a wide range of knowledge that we're bringing you. And so we hope that you come and that you get all the knowledge that you need to affect a positive change on your life, and share this with others. It's free, it's online, and so we're just so thankful that you decided to be a part of our listening community, the viewing community, and we certainly appreciate you for giving us your time of day and your energy and your efforts to being with us and to being a part of this historic event. We have pulled together people of color for you, by you, right? So we want to make sure that you understand that we too, melanated people with color, can enjoy, practice, and participate in some of these modalities that others have been doing for centuries, and that is pretty new to our community. So we talk about Qigong, we talk about meditation, yoga, spiritual work from a different perspective than religion. So we talk about the spirituality aspect. We talk about abuse in the families. We talk about all kinds of subjects because we know that in our communities there are layers and layers and layers and layers of stuff that we never talk about that's causing a negative effect on our bodies and its healing process. So we address it, whatever it is, and we hope that you will benefit from the many experts that we have, and that you walk away with lots of knowledge and lots of new information, and that you become fully empowered to share information with others. So thank you for being with us. We love you and we bless you, and we look forward to doing this again. But thanks for being here with the first one. We appreciate you.
Life, love, and wellness. Life, love, and wellness.
stated. I've been with the Atlanta Fire Department for nearly 17 years. I am a paramedic. I came into the holistic aspect of medicine just by dealing with patients and having a daughter and granddaughter who has sickle cell. And so health is a huge issue in my home. And doing it holistically has been a venture that I've wanted to embark on for many, many years. I considered going into nursing and other things, but I honestly believe that the pharmaceutical aspects of life has proven to actually be very detrimental to most of the patients that I encounter. And it was, I would say, in the last 5-6 years that I realized that there are other alternatives that will improve one's health. And so one of the things that I looked into was the holistic side of medicine. And not all Western medicine is bad, but there's always a limit. So I'm here with you today to introduce one of the techniques that I have come across as part of my holistic treatment, if you will. And we have Dr. Amani that's laying on what is called an infrared mat. Biomat was the original maker, if I'm not mistaken. Biomat is what a lot of people commonly hear, but this is more of an infra mat, which means that it has infrared light technology that's infused into this. Now these are, in this mat, it's filled with jade, tourmaline, and amethyst, different stones. So it's also called the Taj mat. And the Taj mat, the science behind the Taj mat came from years and years ago when jewel miners would mine the jade and amethyst and tourmaline mines. And those people were, for whatever reason, not getting sick. So the concept came about to take all of that, put it in a mat, and allow that to heal other people. And of course, with this mat, this comes with infrared technology. The infrared technology, which is called PEMF, which is the far infrared light. And what it does is it assists with, gives energy. It also reduces inflammation. It will improve circulation. Also helps with your immune system, boost your immunity. And if you have any kind of backaches, any aches and pains, there's also temporary relief from that. It helps with nearly all of the body systems. So what also Dr. Mani is laying on is a Taj towel pillow, which also assists. Now the mat that she's laying on is heated, and even if you lay here while she's laying here, you can actually feel the energy flow through her body. And the biggest thing with the infrared light, the biggest positives with the infrared light and the energy that comes through it is it decreases all the free radicals that are in the air. And we know that free radicals are what's the cause of a lot of the cancers and the disease processes that go on in the world. So what you want to do is, these mats are affordable. And when you calculate how much it costs for pills, doctor's visits, co-pays, what they didn't pay, now you gotta pay, you can take that same amount of money and invest in a mat of this sort and actually get a lot of healing from it. I had a patient 2 days ago when I was at work, and she just got released from the hospital, from the ER. They'd given her several prescriptions, but one prescription was $200. And I said, well, why didn't you get your prescription filled? Because if you had gotten your prescription filled, we probably wouldn't be back here. And then, of course, that's when she said it was too expensive. And she was in a lot of pain. But again, like I say, that's the way the world works with pharmaceutical companies, is that they make it so hard for you to even afford to pay for the Western medication that you have to have, because if you don't know anything else, you have to have the medication in order to take your body out of pain. So, these are the things I really try to be proactive in the community in educating, especially our community, that there is a holistic way of getting yourself into a healing state, into a healthier state. And it may be just because this side of town that I work on, I run into, of course, all of my patients for the most part are African American. The community is African American. But, we've got to figure out some kind of way, how do we bring these educated views into the community? And I really appreciate that this video is going out to people, in the community and help with the education of it. And so, how do you feel, Dr.?
Wonderful.
It is, I'm telling you.
That feels great.
Yes. And it actually heats to various temperatures, to your degree, absolutely. And it comes with a foil that we could slide on, and it would create a sauna effect. So that way you kind of keep all of the heat, and it penetrates the entire body. But you continue to lay there, because I'm telling you, you will feel that energy come through that mat. It is amazing. After I get off, I feel 1,000% better. And so, in addition to ensuring that we get our community healthy with holistic medicine, and not necessarily holistic medicine, but holistic and non-traditional ways of healing, another thing that we have to incorporate and remember to incorporate in our system is our diet. That's a huge thing. I've watched What the Health. I recently watched a movie called The Magic Pill on Netflix. Very interesting. They're both very interesting topics of diet and exercise. Speaking about diet. One of the things that from owning and running a vegan restaurant, or mostly vegan-friendly restaurant, was learning the aspects of what does it take to be healthy. And even in watching the common things that I saw with What the Health, and also with the movie, this recent movie, The Magic Pill. Of course, What the Health was more of a vegan-centered movie, staying away from animals. The Magic Pill movie kind of talked about how you can still eat animals, but you would feed grass-fed meats versus just anything, the hormone genetically modified foods. But the common denominator that I found in it was that what really hurts us all is the process. It's the way food is processed. They went, and in fact, with the Magic Pill, they went to Aborigine colony, went to a little township, and it was just purely Aboriginal people. And the Aborigines were talking about how 30 years ago, they had no health issues. They lived forever, they had nothing. And now there were some, men that came in, men and women came in and introduced them to pastas and different processed foods. And now they said that their community is stricken with diabetes, asthma, various medical issues that they're not accustomed to, but now it's killing them. And so we have to look at it in our own community. I remember getting WIC years ago, and I could go through the WIC out, right down the line in the grocery stores, and you see all the WIC stuff is processed cereal, that off-brand cereal, everything, canned goods. You get just some cans, but everything was so processed. And so there's a farm in Atlanta and this is something that was incredibly noble. It's a farm in Atlanta. If you have EBT, they double your veggies. They will give you twice the amount of veggies or fruits and vegetables, because they're looking to improve the health and wellness of people who are on welfare, who can't afford to buy food in the grocery store. And plus the choices are awful in the grocery store. We went to like 2 different grocery stores, just looking to find organic, strictly organic, and non-processed. So my husband had picked up like 2 or 3 boxes of cereal at Costco. I kicked him down the aisle. So we're not doing that. We're not doing this. You're not going to have cereal, because this stuff is all processed. It contains wheat. I remember years ago, I never heard of celiac disease. I never heard of this word. And it's probably, I guess, I don't even know what's in the last 10 years that it's actually been a big thing. And then when I talked to some, like, oh, I've had it for 20 years, but you must have been like one of the very, very few people, or far and few between folks that would have had celiac disease. But now it's becoming more and more prevalent that, people are coming up with celiac disease. And for those that don't know, celiac disease is an allergy to wheat and gluten. So that tells you that that's a process issue. Because why would wheat change? Wheat's always been around. It's in the Bible. There's nothing different. And so you never read about, celiac disease any time, And like I said, cancer is more prevalent. But this is because of the way that things are processed. So that's some of the things that we have to look at as well. Also in the restaurant, we served alkaline water. And a lot of people aren't really, and that's an expensive machine, but it's an investment. It's something that you have to invest in. When you look at your health and where do you want to be and how healthy do you want to be, you have to take into account what are you taking into your body. I ran into a lady at the airport. She's from Flint, Michigan. And she says the water's still not right in Flint. So, that's a scary thing. Right here in Atlanta, just last week, 3 days ago, when I was at work, they were passing out bottles of water because they had a broken water main that had been broken for a long time. And we passed by the guys fixing the water main. However, these people were out of water for a long time. And then they started looking into even the bottles of water and looking into the water that had issues with the water. Every so many liters or gallons of water, they found bacteria, things in the water. So that's a scary thing, So that's the kind of stuff that we have to look at as far as health is concerned, and how do we correct? How do we make ourselves aware of what's going on in the world? And what we take in. How long do we live? 6 shots, 2 here, 2 here,
Yikes.
and 2 right here in the eyes.
Oh,
right there.
shots up by your eyes.
Injections.
Oh,
absolutely. Yeah. So these were for, but I went to him because I had ear pain. And so his thing was, we want to give you these shots because you have migraines. Okay, I know I have migraines. Okay, you fix this right here. So the entire time he's asking me, so how does your ear, after he finishes, so now how's your head? Well, still got this ear pain. What we gonna do with the ear pain? I gotta get this fixed. I don't know about my head because I didn't come here from my head. I came here because my ears hurt. So then another doctor, I finally said, I'm going to another doctor. I went to another doctor. He says, well, you have TMJ. TMJ. So I said, okay, we're getting somewhere now. And I said, well, why is the TMJ affecting my ears? How is that? He's like, well, and then my mom's husband is a ENT doctor as well. And so he was saying you don't have, they both said, because I would ask everybody, you know what you're talking about. So if your ears don't have pain receptors, so the closest thing, your jawline doesn't have pain receptors, so the closest thing to have pain receptors would be right here in your ears. Because I guess it's more bone, so you don't feel your pain receptors in the bone. So the closest place to your pain is going to be right in your ears, so that's why you're feeling it. So they give me Bactrim or whatever, antibiotics and some other stuff, and my sinuses were all messed up, just all kinds of whatevers. Pain was so bad that I couldn't sleep at night. And so finally I was like, you know what, I've got natural stuff to do this. So I lay on this at night, I have no pain. I take no pain medicine anymore. I have no pain and I sleep. I'm just laying on the pillow. If I don't lay on it, I can feel it coming back. But when I lay on this, it's extremely painful.
What is the pillow?
This is tau. So it's tourmaline, amethyst, and I can't remember the O. I always forget the O. What is the O? It's not onyx. I think it's onyx. So I'm looking here, black onyx. That's it. That's onyx.
Is that heated as well as the mat?
This doesn't heat. This isn't heated, but unfortunately, the mat does. The mat is heated. How they came about, I don't know if you guys are aware of that with the Taj mats. And the reason why it's heated is where they do the mining for jade, where they do the jade mines. Where they go in the little township area. They wondered why no one was getting sick. no one who mined in the jade mines got sick. And so they started putting it together that it's something, of course, gets really hot down in the jade mine, and then the amethyst, or they mine the amethyst, so it's a lot of heat, and then of course with the stones being in there. So they started putting two and two together. There must be something about heating stones, and particularly tourmaline and amethyst and jade and these stones. So that's how they ended up incorporating these stones into crystals into like these mats that have such a healing. And I was telling you earlier that literally you can lay on it and you'll feel the energy. Like you can feel the energy, and I can run my fingers across your shoulder blades and feel the actual energy coming from the PMF. It actually it's with PMF as well. So and that keeps with the emissions, all the radicals, the free radicals in the air. So that's what helps with the healing. Okay, and so now back with our, another addition to the mat would be the length of time that would be recommended. When I do my sessions, you can go anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. I recommend an hour because of all of our cell phones and the different technologies, computers, our laptops, and we usually spend hours on that. So 1 hour on a mat for once a week is probably about the minimum that I would do. Depending on your lifestyle. Now the mat is set where you can actually spend 3 hours, 6 hours, or 12 hours. You can actually sleep on the mat overnight and get your healing like throughout the night. You also have, again, the heat, and you can turn, I don't know if you can see the lights a little bit. You can turn the lights on and off. And then that'll turn the lights off, but you really want to keep with the lights on and stay with your energy flows. The mats come in different sizes. You can actually get a mat that is half this size, where you can just use it while you're sitting in a chair at work. You can have a full mat, or I want to say there's another mat that actually will cover an entire queen size bed. But this I recommend as a nice start to what your healing and health goals are. This is perfect. Also, with the mat treatment, we do have the aromatherapy. We also have a healthy tea drink, depending on what you're here for, or what you come to what you have me at your house for. We have teas, different various teas that we will make. If you need a cleanse tea, if you need feel like you have a cold, we have like throat tonic tea, we have it's a whole range of teas that we actually take in and fix. So that kind of helps with the whole flowing of the body and healing. And we also do an nice alkaline, it's made with alkaline water. And so that is in addition to helping with flushing toxins out of your skin. So it helps with being on the mat. And like I said, it helps reduce inflammation. She'll feel energy, because we've been here for a few minutes now. So eventually she'll feel the energy coming through. It also helps with improving the immune system. And so I would just recommend that a person do this on a regular basis. As I was speaking before, I have, at the end of the month, I'm scheduled to have sinus surgery. But that's because I had tons of pain coming from my sinus area. I do have a deviated septum that's pretty bad. And I went to the doctor, had a CAT scan done, and they were like, oh, you see all the white stuff? It's like, yeah, that's not supposed to be here. So I was like, wow, but this is before, because I had gotten off the mat. I didn't realize how important the mat was. I made this investment, and I started getting busy with life, and I just didn't take time to treat myself. And so once I realized, I said, you know what, hold on. I'm not for the surgery thing. Like, it's not where I'm trying to go. Because again, I believe in the holistic aspects of it. So I said, I've got my mat. I've got my mat. I have the pillow. What am I doing? What do I have in my own arsenal to assist my own health? Because this is, how can you be a holistic person going to the doctor? We're going to have this unnecessary surgery. And so I said, let me just pull my mind, because the pain was so bad that I literally would not sleep at night. And if I did, I might have gotten about 30 minutes worth of sleep, if I got that. And then the rest of the night, I was just in dire pain, and then I just sit there and kind of just meditate and just get some quiet, and that would just barely scratch the surface of my head pain. And so again, that's when I said, okay, let me go to the mat. I've probably been doing my mat for about, I would say, 2 weeks. But day one, the first night I slept on the pillow, it was gone. I slept all night. I could not believe myself. I said, this is, I know it works. I know that in my head, but when it actually did it instantaneously, it made a believer out of me. So I slept every night, and so now I sleep every night, either on my pillow, I have a pillow, I get on the mat, and I lay here for about an hour or two. Before I go to bed, I take my shower, I lay down, and stretch my covers over it, and I just lay there and I meditate. And I have had 0 ear pain in 2 weeks. Which I was ready, the day that the doctor told me that, I was ready to say, well, we got time today, right? Because I was just in so much pain. Like it was so bad. I'm like, what are you doing at 12? Like after lunch? Let's get this over with. But then, but the better part of me wanted to do is still go more traditional, maybe less traditional, and go more of a healthy, non-Western medicine route. And so that's how I came into realizing that I had a tool in my arsenal kit that I knew was helping other people. I knew, I could see it, but I just got myself into such a place that I didn't realize to use it for myself. And so with that I did. And so how you feeling? You still feeling good?
Wonderful.
To wrap it up though, I want to definitely bring it back home with, when you're looking at it, so it's not just the laying on the mat and living a bad lifestyle. This is actually making a major lifestyle change. Because even with that, I still eat healthy with my vegan diet. I still take advantage of my teas, drinking my teas, taking in the alkaline water, going to not necessarily an all raw diet, but incorporating more raw foods, more produce section type of foods, like with the broccolis and fruits and the vegetables. Still doing the smoothie, the all natural smoothies. That helps out a lot in taking in a lot of the greenery. So my skin has changed. I used to have like the worst skin, like even it was so bad. I would break out in rashes that you could probably see a mile away, and I couldn't understand exactly what was going on and why. Because I wash my face, I do all this stuff to my face. What is it that I'm getting into that's causing me to actually break out? And then I realized it was such my diet, the things that I was taking in, the processed foods. So no longer I'm not doing any more of the pastas, like we were talking about earlier. I'm not doing anything that comes from the process. It has a process to it. It can't be naturally grown, then it won't. You can't participate.